outdoor adventurers. So recently I've been asked several different things, some fishing stuff, some mountain bike areas, and some gold panning areas. So I'm going to start trying to answer those questions. So first up is we're going to go do some fish in the high country, and I'm going to try and show you just some highlights of each area that I go. So right now we are passing the turnoff for Prospect, Oregon. We're on Highway 62. First stop is going to be Mill Creek, which is just past the ranger station, not very far up at all. So this will be stop number 1. So the spot to fish is just right here. It's one of the spots that past Memorial Day, they start stocking all of these little creeks up here. So we're gonna find a spot to park and see if we can catch us some dinner. As you can see, it's just a small little creek. This is one side and I'll show you the other. There is a trail that goes down further, but this is where the fish get released. I forgot to show you, but this is the other upper side of the bridge of Mill Creek. You can literally see the fish swimming. Alright, let's have some fun. Alright, there is one worthy of dinner. It's about the third one I've caught, but this is the biggest so far. Really pretty rainbow trout. Alright, there's another fine specimen. Just gorgeous colors. Alright, so I took 2 for dinner and I probably threw back 5. So if you come up here, you know, pack a lunch, you could actually fish out fairly quickly. Alright, let's go on to the next spot. Alright, so we're back out on Highway 62. It's a whole 0.8 of a mile back there to that bridge. Alright, here we go. Okay, so the next place I'm going to take you to will be the furthest I ever go. Everything else is in between these 2 points. River Bridge, Woodruff Bridge, Union Creek. We're going to go all the way up to Bybee Creek. And I will show you how to get there. So I just went past over the bridge and then turned around. And I'm going to come back and fish on this side of the bridge for now. A little bit deeper and a little bit faster moving water here. Right there's a big turnaround if you want, or you can park right there. We'll give you a look. Really too fast to fish on this side. So, there's also parking right there, and you can fish from those big rocks. But I like to get into that eddy right past those trees. Alright, let's get our stuff and check it out. So just hooked one out of this little pool right here. And this is an area that you got to be able to climb a little, not scared of some heights. Now I climbed down this. Pretty easy climbing, but we'll see. Got a little fish on there. We're gonna see how he is. Okay, I want to show you. I did catch a native. That's like a Dolly Varden. Let me see if I can release him unharmed. Alright, well, good news. I was able to release him unharmed. Thank goodness, because there's not a lot of native trout left in this part of the river, so I'm really thankful for that. Alright, we'll see if we can get one more, then we gotta go find where we're making camp. Alright, that's another nice one. Very cool. Caught him right in the bottom of the lip. Very, very nice. Here, another rainbow. Let me get this hook out. And then we'll let him go. Another nice little rainbow. He's probably about, I don't know, 7 inches, 8 inches. Gorgeous. Alright. And there he goes. Alright. We're going to pack it up. Alright, so there's a little sandbar right there, and I try to be just to the left of it. But this place, if you've got bad knees, that's pretty easy walking to get down on those little benches. There's where I walked down, and I did come down these little rocks. It's a pretty easy walk up and down if you can do it, but otherwise I would stick to some of the other spots I'm going to show you. Alright, let's go find, well, let's go to where I'm going to camp after we go sea camp. Of course, that probably makes no sense whatsoever. Alright, let's head on out of here. I gotta say, if you love the outdoors and you want to just have a fun day trip, even from Memorial to Labor, they stock these creeks every weekend or during the week, and it's such a blast. They're so much fun to catch. We have our 2 for dinner, and I'm gonna take a drive. There is no cell service up here, so once you get right before Prospect, your cell service will drop unless you go up on top of the mountain. And I do want to go make a phone call, so I'm gonna head up there. I'm gonna head back down and take the cutoff on 62 to go up towards Crater Lake. And just past the snow park is a road, the 60 road, where it comes out. And I'm gonna head up there and we'll check and see if the berries are getting ready to come on too, real quick. And then where I'm gonna camp is down from there. All right, let's hit the road. You cannot beat that scenery. Again, this is Bybee Creek. So I am now back on 62, just past Union Creek. I turned right like I'm gonna go up to Crater Lake. Now we're gonna go 7.5 miles up this and hang a right on the 60 road. Alright, so we're coming up on the snow park. Can't really miss it, it's a huge turnout. There are bathrooms here. But here's the road right past it. This is the 60 road. Okay, this is the first junction that you come to. And you're gonna stay to the right. Again, stay on the main road. Wow. So the old campground's at about 5,000 feet. So I'm actually seeing snow, which is nice. So this, again, stay to the right. You'll notice a little pond here on the right hand side. Can't quite get the sign in there. Hold on. 60. With some snow. What I love about this is it opens up into some beautiful meadows, and I am very happy to see some snow still up here. A little bit of debris. So I'll bet that the huckleberries are not going to come on until later this year. Wild irises are up in these meadows. Just beautiful. So definitely some patches of snow. It's pretty soft. We shall see if we can make it all the way to camp. I know it's got cold up here, but we're close to 5,000 feet. We're definitely dragging. Alright, I'm gonna put it in 4-wheel drive. Alright, piece of cake. Like I said, the snow is really soft. And that was the cattle guard that all that snow was at, so we are now in the old Huckleberry campground. If I was to go forward, that's the 60 road. But we're going to veer off here and make a phone call. Alright, so I'm at the spot I wanted to camp at. You can sure tell that the snow runoff is happening. This is actually Union Creek. Sun's starting to go down. Got camp all set up. Rig's ready to go. I'm glad to see that nobody has recently used the fire pit. But the mosquitoes are definitely out in full force. So, I hope you liked our little extravaganza today. That's it. I'm going to try and hit 2 more spots tomorrow. And we're just going to relax for the rest of the night. Alright, I hope you have a good night. I'll see you in the morning. Alright, well, we made it a very quick get up and make coffee because it is a little chilly. But we're packed up. I got to do one more quick thing. Camp looks good, like we were never here. And, alright, we're going to get down the road, do some fishing. Alright, so this is Union Creek Campground. And I believe it's a pay-to-park area. We're going to go down and check. But there's only one bridge down in here that they dump at. And then there is a parking space way down. We'll do the loop that will get you to where the Union Creek dumps into the Rogue River. So there are a couple sites right here close to this bridge, but there is a trail that walks all along it. So the bridge is just off to our right, and we're going to go down units 13 through 38. I'll show you where another spot to park and get to the Rogue River is. Just a gorgeous campground. I just looked, it looks like it's $22 a night if you're interested in staying in a campground. So I believe that you can park right here and walk down a trail. There's no signs that say you can't. It looks like quite a few trees have fallen over this little spot, but I'm sure you could wander in here and get in. There is a trailhead back a little bit further, but all right. Let's go ahead and head on down to the next spot. Oh, all right. Well, I just stopped and talked to the camp host. His name is Steve, and asked him if you could go down into the loops of the campground and park. And the answer is no. You would have to pay for a site. So there's a huge parking lot when you pull in here. We're about to go into it, and there's some public restrooms right here. You can park there, and there is a trailhead that goes all the way down the creek, all the way down to the Rogue River, and then there's trails all down the Rogue River. So if you don't want to have to pay, you can park in this huge area. And here, I'll switch you. You can park in this huge area, and the trailhead, like I said, goes all the way down Union Creek and then out to the Rogue River. So, alright, let's continue on down the road. Alright, this is Woodruff Bridge, Abbott Creek Campground, just past the 52-mile marker. This one is a little bit of a jaunt to get in here, but it's all paved. It's nice. Let's go see if we can catch any fishies. Alright, so there is a very nice parking area right here. We'll come back to that. Here's the bridge. We're gonna go turn around and park in that parking area. Alright, you can see it nice, makes a nice bend right here, but I wanted to take a little walk and show you. You can park right there. There's a little trail. So people fish off of that rock right there on the right. But you could get to either side easily. But we are going to go ahead and go down on this side, down in that bend. So this has a day use picnic area as well. There's so many places here that you can fish, all the way down to that bend. But we're gonna get right here in this cove and see what we can come up with. Whoa, hold on, buddy. First one of the day, and I actually moved up to this pool. So, we'll see if we can catch another one. Alright, they're getting bigger. I just hooked into something, I don't know, I got my line back, but they do put in landlocked salmon and steelhead in here, and I'm pretty sure I hooked into one for a little bit, but I couldn't get him up. But this is a really deep hole. So, alright, let's let this little guy go. Get him back in the water. Alright, well, I pretty much, if I was keeping fish, limited out. So, I ended up fishing, I'll show you, right off of this ledge. Maybe casting about halfway out. Kind of got to watch it. You'll stand there and it's like, oh, whoa, the flow of the water. But it's crazy because you cannot see where your line is. You'll just get hammered. So, on to the next.
In effort Icelandic origin names.
The deer walking across the road. Any more of you? Alright, next on the list is River Bridge. So it would be the first one you come to after Mill Creek. And it is paved in the very beginning and then it's gravel on the way in. Again, there is a campground here if you so desire to camp. Nice big spot off to the left that you can park in. I usually park on the right hand side. So I come in like you're gonna go to the campground. And then I just park over here. Alright. So I go just to the right of the bridge. Plenty of places to sit on this plateau. Another gorgeous area. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, well, I hate to admit it, but I wasn't here very long. I got skunked at River Bridge. So I'm going to end this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gives you some insight of some cool places to go and fish. And like I said, I didn't give this area very much time, but it's starting to heat up. And I think I'll probably stop just for my mom back at Mill Creek and see if I can catch her a couple trout. And then it'll be time to head home. So I hope you enjoyed this adventure and it gives you some good ideas of where to go and fish. Thanks for watching.